Hey captains, PaintUFast here. Today we're going to be going over Aircraft Carriers 101 in World of Warships. I'm going to take you through some of my gameplay, the background on an aircraft carrier, and all the different things that you can do to start having more fun and winning more games in an aircraft carrier today. Carriers are available in Legends and in World of Warships. You need to go to the tech tree. You're going to have to earn usually a couple ways down on destroyers until you get to tier 4, and then you'll be able to buy an aircraft carrier. Now, this is the USS United States. This is my favorite carrier in the game. This is a super carrier. This is a long ways off from Carrier 101, but it's pretty awesome, and I'd love to show it to you live. Now, let's figure out, how do you start in carriers? One of the first questions I get from people is, how do I get a carrier? Well, you can get them from the tech tree. So if we're looking at USA, you're going to have to work. Initially, you'll probably start here with the tier 2 cruiser. You can start getting some destroyers. Once you get down to tier 4, you'll be able to buy the Langley. Now, when you start off with the Langley, or in this case, I'm going to show you, well, let's go to Japan. So the Hosho, this is the tier 4 Japanese carrier. This is the tier 4 ship, first one you can get, okay? Once you get it, before you go out, if you have banked enough XP and credits, you're going to want to do this. Go to Equipment, and you're going to want to do any upgrades that might be available in here, or any of the things that you can mount. So if there are any available, you're going to want to do them. I'm not positive if they're always available on tier 4. I know that once you get to tier 6, you're going to be able to upgrade the planes. If you take a carrier out without upgraded planes, you're going to be frustrated because you're going to have a hard time. The upgrades make a big difference in health of the planes, their ability to withstand AA, the armament and the power of them. Sometimes later on, you'll be able to choose different armaments. Just know that this exists and you need to come in here and do this. The other thing while we're in the port is going to be your captain's skills. So if you click over here on your captain, you're going to have a list of different skills. As the captains level up, you'll be able to choose different ones. There's all sorts of strategy behind this. That's for another video on another day, but just know that this also exists, and these skills make a big difference when you combine all these things together in the power and quality of your ship, and therefore the experience you're going to have when you take her out in the open seas. Okay, this is the Hosho, a Japanese tier 4 tech tree ship and aircraft carrier that we're now going to take out on a little adventure. So we have set up our equipment, we have our captain skills established, and we are ready to go to battle. We're going to take this out on a random battle. Now, once you get into a battle, what are we going to look for? The first thing we're going to look for is the makeup of the enemy team. How many aircraft carriers are there? Are there enemy submarines that we need to worry about, which there shouldn't be at tier 4? Unless we get up tiered to tier 6, which can happen. Are there a lot of destroyers? Which types of destroyers? Are there a lot of cruisers? All of these things are going to matter and factor in to what your target is. Generally speaking, my job is going to be hunt down the destroyers and keep them spotted. That's going to be job number 1. I may not be able to sink them, but I need to spot them so that my enemy, my team, my allies can see the destroyer and we can get rid of them as quickly as possible. Okay, as we get into the battle, I want to take a look at the mini-map. I'm going to press M, bring up the map, and the first thing I like to do, personally, is back up. So I am going to click behind my ship, and now autopilot is going to move me back. Now, another thing you could do is be more aggressive and move forward towards the enemy ships. I don't really like to do that, especially in the beginning. I want to have more time to react. So that has now started. The next thing I'm going to do is pick one of the different flights because we're hunting destroyers on this particular ship. The options down here are HE rockets, torpedoes, or armor-piercing bombs. Armor-piercing bombs will not be effective against destroyers. So we're going to start with the HE attack aircraft. I'm going to press 1, and off we go. Now, once we are up in the air, we are going to begin thinking about where we would find destroyers and then go and do that. When I look up at the top of the screen in the middle, I can see that there are 2 destroyers on the enemy team, and looking at my mini-map, again, I can tell that there are no destroyers in the middle for my team. They're on the flanks. I'm going to go to a flank. As I'm heading over this way, I need to notice those enemy airplanes. If they have the capability of dropping fighters, which happens at later tiers, they can destroy my planes. Just super inconvenient. We don't want that to happen. At this tier, I don't think we have to worry about that, and we should be okay. So now, I am on my way to find a destroyer to sink. If I use this power-up down here by pressing R, this is going to give me an additional speed boost. It's going to help me move a little bit quicker across the map. Now, an enemy destroyer has been spotted. I didn't have to help spot this one. My team has him, so now I'm just going to help destroy him. I'm going to use R to speed over there a little bit quicker. They're probably going to get him, but I'm going to try. I need to look at his lead, click early to start my planes coming down, watch the timer, and they got him, so I'm going to save the attack. Easy money. Now, the next destroyer, when I look at the map, is on the other side of the screen. Instead of wasting time going all the way over there, we are going to come around and hit the Omaha. I start dropping early. I'm waiting until the reticle lines up. I may have dropped too early. I sure did. All right. So now we can see the problem that can happen. If I'm not careful and I start my drop too early, I won't make it onto the ship. Another problem that can happen is now I am in range of several different ships' anti-aircraft fire. Let's see if we can get a shot on here. There we go. A little bit of damage. I'm going to press F because I only have one plane left and return him to the carrier. Now I'm going to take the HE planes out again. We're going to go on the left flank and see if we can find the T-22. As I'm moving across the map, I'm looking for options. I have the HE rockets selected, and I do notice this Hawkins is out in the open. When you're in an aircraft carrier, you want to think kind of like a lion. We're looking for the loners, the weak links that we can snatch up and sink, because the combined AA of multiple ships is going to take down your planes. What you want to try to find is this: a single ship, very, very ineffective anti-aircraft fire by himself, and I am able to do really good damage on him. Now, at low tiers, you're not going to do a lot of damage. Your real hope is starting fires or getting flooding happening. Okay, and a new thing just happened. See that red tracers? That is an AA power-up. He has an anti-aircraft power-up that he has used. It's a booster. We want nothing to do with that. That is going to take down our planes. Now, speaking of weak links, we found the Omaha with 1,400 HP. Now, dropping at him straight on is not the best option, but I'm hoping he turned a little bit. Let's see. Oh, we got a fire on him, and he is burning. He is still burning, so we'll see. We might snag a kill out of that. I'm going to go back with torpedoes. It looks like he healed. I stopped accumulating damage, so I don't think that we've got him as an option yet. We're going to have to go back and try again. Now, another thing that you need to pay attention to in an aircraft carrier is map awareness. I'm going to bring up the map. When we look at this map right now, most of the enemies are not spotted. However, the last indicated spotted ships, according to my little mini-map, says that a bunch of ships are in B, and there is nobody between them and me. I need to be acutely aware of that and figuring out an escape plan for my ship now. I am going to move my ship this way, away. The reason I chose that way is I would rather go left, but going left is going to expose me to the guys I'm trying to run away from. Now, I want to talk about dropping and aiming torpedoes. Let's see if we get one. We didn't on that drop. All right, here's how this is going to work. I need enough distance that I have time to get to him. I want to slow down right now, start my drop early. As I hold my mouse very steady and try not to steer, I can narrow this field of where the torpedoes go. And you need to drop them with enough range that they have time to activate. There we go, 4,700 damage. Now I'm looking at the damage that's happening to my planes. My HP at the bottom is getting pretty low, but I think I can make one more shot, so we're gonna try. So I'm gonna line up out here in front of him, just start dropping in, hold the mouse very steady, and we're gonna see the band narrow. I'm watching my health, and I see that he's turning, so I'm gonna hit the brakes, and we're gonna try to drop a little early. Not gonna get a shot on him, so he maneuvered away from me. Because of how close oh crap, and the Phoenix is even closer, We are going to have to go get him. These are armor-piercing bombs, so the way these work is going to be a dive bomb. The reticle there shows where I'm going to drop. What I want to do is get down the length of the ship. That is the positioning that I want to be. I'm going to start dropping right about now. Watch the little timer ticking down, see if I can time it correctly, and drop. Big hit, got a citadel on him. Now the damage again for these is pretty low at the low tiers. 2,500 isn't nothing to really be excited about, but we're getting work done on him. Now my ship is going the right way. I chose the right choice. I'm running away, but it's not going well, and he is in range, and we have to be careful. He is starting to shoot at my ship, but he's really low. If we just focus and concentrate here with a good drop, we might bake his biscuits. Nope. We got another citadel on him. We didn't kill him. That guy's going to. I'm going to let them return. Go back with HE rockets. Now that happened, I'm going to turn in. Because now what I want to start thinking about is how far away my ship is from the enemy. Because this flight, look how long this takes. This flight time, and some of the strike runs that I've done, I have actually not shown you because they just take too long. So we want to be as close as we can because it's going to allow us to turn out planes faster. And remember, we have a power up. If I press R, I'm going to be able to go quicker. Speaking of speed and how that works, if you look up on the reticle, on the left side, there's a green bar depleting. That is my speed boost. When I get to the end of it and it runs out, I'm out of boost. Now, it will regenerate. Because I'm getting close to this attack run and I want to avoid AA, I'm going to not use my speed boost until it's full. And then I'm going to close in with the speed boost. Remember, I'm aiming in front of the ship already. I'm going to start diving now. Watching my reticle, I might start slowing down or speeding up. And I want to click just off his bow. That's probably too far. Maybe not. All right. Okay. And you just got to get a feel for it. Every nation, every ship is different. The length of time in between when you click and when the rockets fire is different. Oh, they got it. Okay, I'm not going to drop. I don't need to. I'm going to let that timer run out. They'll pop right back up. Now we're going to go and try to find that T-22, the destroyer that is my job to be sinking, that I should have sunk a while ago. But we've been busy. There he is. All right. Now he's spotted. Now, I didn't spot him. The hill did spot him, but I'm going to go help. If they don't kill him, I'm going to. I have a really nice broadside angle here. I think they're going to get him. No, we might get a chance. Nope, we didn't. All right, so in this case, I'm just going to fire, let these guys be done, and return to the ship. We're going back out with torpedoes. Now, there's 3 ships left. One of them is the Koenig. He is not currently spotted, but he's out this way somewhere. This is where we're going to really come in clutch for our team. We can't see, there he is. If we can't see that guy, we can get close enough to him to spot him. Now, they spotted him. They're working on him already, so I'm going to try to give a different example. We're going to go show off where the enemy carrier is. Now, another strategy that you can do at the beginning of a long flight is go ahead and drop one of your squadrons. People talk about doing these pre-drops. I don't normally do this, but you can. I'm going to drop a torpedo for no reason. Now, that plane is going to go back to the ship and start getting refitted so that he is ready when I need more planes. If you look down at the bottom in the middle right now, it tells me, oh, we just spotted the carrier. Remember we were looking for him? Well, there he is. Now, none of my guys are close enough, but I know where he is. Now, what I was saying on the bottom, if I press Alt, I can see the timer and see that I'm at 4 out of 8 on the torpedo planes with 44 seconds to go. I'm going to help speed that along a little bit by that plane that returned. Now, the aircraft carrier here, if we look above him, he has that. That is fighters. I'm going to start to get a warning. There's a yellow warning on my screen that says fighters. Yellow means look out. Red means I'm cooked. That means the fighters are on the way to me. They are going to start shooting at me, and all of my planes just got shot down. That happens very quickly. Fighters are extremely effective. As soon as you see yellow, you really want to think about getting away. Really want to think about getting away from the fighters. Now, if the carrier is going to have fighters over it, how are we going to get rid of it? Well, there's a couple things we can do. One thing I want to do right now is hold down control. That's not swell, is it? I'm going to hold down control and hover over my torpedoes and see their distance. It says torpedo range 3 kilometers. Now I know that the range on my torpedoes is 3 kilometers. I need... How am I detected? I'm not. Okay. I need to sink one of these ships, and we need to do it soon. I was going to chase the carrier. Instead, I'm going to chase this ship, and I'm going to try not to get too close to him. I can drop, if I can time it correctly, as soon as I'm within 3 kilometers. So right now, I can go ahead and drop. That is going to allow me to go past. Turn around. He is going to dodge that one. All right, let's see if we can get him on the next one. This is a pretty tough matchup at this tier because the carriers just aren't super effective. Don't beat yourself up if you're struggling to get kills when you're playing at this tier. It's hard. Now, that little cone, where the color thickens is where I'm actually going to drop. Where it goes from clear to like color, the green. If you drop before that, if you drop outside of the 3 kilometers, then they won't make it there. And if you are too close so that the cone hasn't changed color when it's on the ship, you're going to make impact. Or if, for example, you're coming this way and he turns into your torps, he can actually get there before the torpedoes activate. And then when the torpedo hits him, it'll just be a dud. And we don't want to hit him with duds. Let's see if we can get a fire on him. Nope. Look, see? This is not like my ship I normally use. So the delay there on the rockets, I mentioned that earlier, that's going to matter. And you got to learn it for the ship that you're using. And the way you learn it is just going to take time. Now I got to pay attention to the AA. Look, if my health on the bottom, I'm only going to have 1 plane by the time I go to drop on him. Not great. All right, I'm going to click away, press F, return to the ship, and grab another set of planes. We're going to start moving quick here because we got to deal with him. I also know that he's coming my way. I'm going to start backing up a little bit and try to keep that island in between he and I for as long as possible. We need to buy time right now. We are behind on points. We are behind on everything. It's not great. Watching the little timer. I'm going to drop early, allow them to hit well. Boom. 2 good hits. 1,000 damage. Woo, that is not enough. That is not enough. Now we're going to try to come around on him again and see what we can do here. My fighters are tearing down his planes, but look, he's getting some planes through. He just did 4,000 damage to me. All right, we're going to get one more drop. One more good drop. Boom, 2,500. I think that's about the best I can do in a single drop, which says I'm probably cooked. But again, we're going to buy time. I'm watching. Okay, I see that he's starting to go that way. I'm going this way. I'm going to keep that island between he and I for as absolutely long as possible. I need time. For one, I just want to live at this point. I'm going to drag this round out. I'm going to do as much damage as possible. If I can keep my ship alive, I'll get a little bit more points and spend a little bit less credits. And he doesn't get the joy and satisfaction of sinking the aircraft carrier. Plus, I get to be annoying for as long as possible. You have to be okay with being annoying if you're going to be in an aircraft carrier. Also, you have to understand that the other team and your team are both going to hate you unless we win. If you lose, then everyone on your team will blame you. If you win, then everyone on the enemy team will blame you. And they will be sure to let you know how upset they are that you're in an aircraft carrier and they don't like that. So be ready for that. It's a thing that you're going to deal with. We have hit him a couple times. He is struggling to turn around on me. He is certainly trying. We're going to try to get some good drops on him here. Now that beeping, that's torpedoes approaching my ship from the torpedo bombers of the enemy aircraft carrier. All right. It's not a win. It's not a win, but hopefully this was helpful. Remember that map awareness is a critical step of playing in an aircraft carrier. Remember that your job first and foremost is spotting. You have to spot the enemy team. You are not just here to do damage. You're not a battleship. You are finding the enemies and getting recon for your team. That's a critical step. Managing your planes can be very, very important because you can run out. So don't just send them into enemy AA for no reason and get them all ate up, because then that timer is going to take that much longer to get refilled for you to get more ships. And there's nothing worse than being in a situation like we just were and not having any planes to put out. Well, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you learned a little bit. If you did, I would love it if you would comment and let me know your favorite part of the video. If you think that I didn't do something correct or something else that I should add, please drop that in the comments as well. And then be sure to like and subscribe. I am live every single day, 10 p.m. to midnight Central Standard Time, and I would love it if you would come by one of the lives. We do our own music. I play with my viewers, and my stream's positive vibes only, and we are always trying to teach and learn together. So swing on by the live, come hang out with me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and be sure to like and subscribe.